Hello, hello, welcome everyone. This is Lisa from Crafting and Cruising. Happy Sunday to you. It is a beautiful Sunday here in Ashland City. It's really Charlotte. I keep saying Ashland City, but it's really considered Charlotte, Tennessee. And you're still on the river. Feels great. I do have a little fan blowing on me, so that helps. And I hope you guys saw the picture of what we're going to do. I said a fireplace makeover, and it is. It's just not like a real fireplace makeover. Hey Louise, how are you, sister? Well, here's what we have, and it's got tape on it right now, so don't worry about the tape. I'm trying to keep the glass part covered while I paint it. But when you turn it on, look. It looks like a fireplace. I'm doing great. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to paint it. Then we are going to decoupage around 3 sides with some papers from Digital Deco Designs. And if you don't follow Digital Deco Designs, please do. You'll be happy you did. We're also going to use for some trim a paper from Decoupage Queen, and it's DQRP _0198, and it's called Holiday Wrapping. So we're not going to be using all of this. I'm going to have Rodney cutting some of this for me. Where are the scissors?
I can find them.
Just here they are. And I think I'm going to want, since I'm going to do something else down here, this big one and this big one. Okay, let me put the specs on. And we are first going to paint this puppy with Waverly chalk paint in Snow White. Hello, Denise, my sweet sister. How are you this morning? Hope you're doing well. So I covered these, like I said, I covered up the glass because I want it, and I don't know how well I did. I hope I did well enough, but I want to paint all around here white so that when we put the trim on, the white will show through. I was going to do what I've been doing lately and crackle paint it, but I don't have my heat tool here. I'm not sure how that happened because I own 2 of them, 2 at the same time, the quiet ones. But I managed to get here without either one. So, we're not going to crackle. We're just going to use some pretty trims, some metal trims like this that I love. And then I've got a little bit of Christmas greenery that we will maybe put some at the top and just make this real Christmassy looking, because that's probably when I'll have this out. We have a real fireplace at home that I love, love, love in the winter time. There's nothing I love more than sitting by a real fire in the winter. Hear it crackle and staring at it. Oh, I just love it. My fave. So good to see you, Denise. It looked like you had a great trip with your family. I'm so glad you had that fun. That was nice. And I loved watching you craft with your grandson. That was precious. So, you all tell me what you have going on today. Yesterday was our son's 30th birthday. And we're hoping that he's going to be able to come out today and go on the boat with us. We didn't get to celebrate yesterday. I think I told y'all he's actually house and dog sitting for us while we are house and cat sitting for our friends. And then he lives with my sister who has some dogs. And yesterday he had to go tend to them. One of them's kind of got some problems going on, has to have some meds. So while my sister was at work, he needed to go over there and tend to her a couple of times. So he didn't get to come out yesterday. So hopefully he'll come out today and we can go out on the boat and maybe take him to dinner put a post on Instagram yesterday. I don't know if anybody saw it or not, but it was pictures through the years, and it just brought back so many precious, sweet memories, and it's hard for me to even wrap my head around the fact that he's 30 years old, because he's my baby. So I just can't even believe that he's 30. And then we have a daughter who she'll be 42 in August. And then we have a daughter who will be 38, the 26th of this month. So we had them all there right together, different years. All summer babies, and y'all, I was miserable. I was so hot and fat. When my parents, we live on the same property where my parents did live, and they put a pool in while I was pregnant with our oldest daughter. And it was my salvation during the day, I tell you, because I literally looked like a beached whale. It was awful. So I would go up there and lay on a float in the pool and just, pray for my baby to come and be safe. And Rodney and I lived about 15, 20 minutes from my parents at the time. And part of the time that I was pregnant, our air conditioning was out in our house in Fairview. And it was so hot. And we had a little floor fan. So while Rodney was at work during the day, if I was at home and not at my parents' house, I got in the bathtub in cold water until it turned, body temperature. And then I would get out and not dry off. I just got out and laid down on a towel in the floor in front of the fan. I'm gonna let this dry a little bit, put a second coat, because that was the only way I could stay cool. Whew. The things we'll go through.
Denise said she had an August baby. It's hard at the end in the heat.
It is hard. In Tennessee, August is by far the hottest month. I always just dread it. When I know summer's coming, I think, oh, we got August coming up. I'm sure if we didn't have this fan going right here, right now, I'd be hot. But right now, I just have a little fan going, and it's very comfortable. Denise said, hi, Rodney.
Hey, Denise.
Denise, does anybody ever ask you how the nephew's doing? When they hear your name, Denise, how's the nephew? So I hope y'all saw the craft yesterday. And Rodney, can you turn that a little bit so they can, or maybe just bring that over here. We got the book angel finally mounted and put together, and I want y'all to see what it looks like. I think she looks really cute.
The book angel.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to scoot back a little for this.
Okay, I'll sit back here.
Okay.
What I just did, wipe that off. Y'all see?
Let me see if y'all can see.
She's on her stand.
She's out of focus below the paper.
She's a tall girl, I tell you, on this candlestick. See the penguin right there? So those are Mackenzie Child's napkins. I have not put a clear coat on yet. I'm going to get Rodney right on that. This will be for my personal use only. Here, Rodney, why don't you put a clear coat on while you're sitting there? Is it up there? Yeah, triple figure clear right there. Will not be selling it. Thank you, Louise. All right, let's try a second coat real quick and see if we can get this dried so we can go on and start decoupaging. I guess we need to probably plug in my glue tool in case.
I think it's plugged up.
I probably will need it on my greenery. Yes, it's on. So, what y'all got going today? I asked you that a while ago, and then I just jumped right in with both feet and told you what we had going. What y'all have going?
You're not going to paint the black metal work at the top?
That's what I wanted the rubbing buff for.
I got you.
Can you tell me what they're saying they're doing?
Denise says, LOL, yes. Denise loves it. Louisa, beautiful.
They're talking about the book.
I figured that. I figured it wasn't me because I haven't been in the picture yet.
Oh, y'all. What will I do with him? What will I do with him? We've got to watch our church service online. Y'all, I love our church. And we've just recently started going back after the pandemic, which is no excuse, but, you know, when we couldn't go, and of course we didn't. And our church, it's wonderful because you can watch it online. Used to, when you watched it online, you didn't get the music. You only got the sermon. And the praise and worship time is one of my favorite times of the service. So then they started adding that in. And we got really used to just being at home watching church. And when they told us that we could go back to church, I think Ronnie went a couple times, but this is terrible to admit, but I was lazy. And I thought, if I can sit in my chair and watch church and not have to put on makeup and get up and get dressed, just to come back home and take it all off, why wouldn't I? So I did. But I missed the fellowship.
Grace says hello.
Hey, my sweet Grace, how are you? So we have started going back, and I'm glad we have. But in the summertime, our pastor usually takes a sabbatical. He kind of recharges and spends time with his family. Pastors don't get a lot of downtime. So that's his time to reconnect with his family and then kind of get things together for, you know, the new school year coming up and his sermons, etc. So we usually have a lot of guest speakers in the summer, and this summer it's kind of based on a storytelling idea where it's stories from the Bible, like we had the story of the mustard seed, and so it's stories from the Bible, but then there's a guest speaker that comes in and will share, you know, pretty much a personal testimony that goes along with whatever Bible story that we're hearing that Sunday. And it's really been good, very good. We've had some great speakers, very interesting, moving people, and some great sermons. So you can also, the other good thing about our church is you can go on YouTube to crosspoint.tv and see all of the past series, including today's. You'll be able to see probably the first service from this morning, but they'll actually put all three services on there, which is the same service every time. But you know, sometimes speakers will forget to tell a story or come up with a different story, you know, to add to what they're saying in different services. So it's nice to be able to watch another one if you want to. So again, it's crosspoint.tv, and it's just a great church, a very mission-minded church, a very giving church. Once every month, they ask everybody to give an extra $1 that day in their offerings, just $1. And then they find a need in the community, and will go and surprise that person, that family, that organization, whatever they choose, and they film it during the next week, and then they show it at church the following Sunday, where the Dollar Club money went that month. And of course, you cannot get through any of them without tissues, because they're all just so moving and wonderful, and people are so surprised at, the generosity of people. Typically, I would say, when you say to get an average of about 10,000,
10 to 15.
10 to 15,000, either the family or the person or the organization gets blessed with, just from everybody giving one extra dollar on that Sunday.
And sometimes they'll partner with other organizations if there's a specific need that they have that another organization can help with. We'll partner with them and they'll get additional stuff.
Yeah. It's, they've had single moms who at Christmas time weren't going to be able to buy Christmas for their children and couldn't afford to decorate their home. I remember one year they went and while a lady was at work and completely decorated her front yard. Somehow they were able to get inside her house.
I think they had a friend that got them inside to decorate.
And they went inside and decorated, and then they bought, they found out the ages of the children and what kinds of things they would like to have, and they went out and bought gifts for the mom to be able to give the children, which was just precious.
Sometimes they'll partner with local car dealerships.
Yes.
And if somebody needs a used car, they don't have any transportation, they'll get them a better car.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful to me to see how generous people can and will be if you give them an opportunity. And sometimes people just need to be prompted. It's not that all of us don't think about it or don't want to be, but especially at Christmas time, when you're just getting so caught up and buying gifts for your family, and and then you forget. Now, you see things like, will you go get you some clean water? You see things like the angel trees that they do, and other organizations, Salvation Army and people like that will, do things, projects which are wonderful. And a lot of people will go, we used to take our children and go get an angel or two off the angel tree in the mall, and then, who is it? The Operation Christmas Child that Franklin Graham does. We did that several years with our children, and I've even done it with our grandchildren a couple of times, and let them pick out the gifts to give, whatever age child that we chose. And thank you. And it's just special. It's just, and it teaches children such a good lesson about sharing, and about the fact that it's not all about you, and there are people less fortunate than you who need things a lot more than you need things. And so I know one of my daughters, and her daughter frequently around Christmas, a couple of years anyway, went through the child's toys and picked out toys that she didn't really play with anymore that were still in good shape. And then they got all those together and put them together, and I want to say they took them to the fire department maybe. I'm not positive about that, but to some organization or group that was going to be helping children less fortunate at Christmas. And it was a great lesson for her to teach her daughter that you don't play with this very much anymore. Some child would love to have this. Let's gift it to them. And it also makes room for them to get new gifts themselves. So I thought that was such a great thing that my daughter was doing. I'm real proud of her for doing that and teaching that lesson. Sorry, y'all, I'm going to let Rodney sit this over there while we talk for a minute by the fan, because it's with those 2 coats of paint, it's not drying real fast. So, Christmas time is a time for getting, but a time for giving. Did you get that little play on words I did? It's a time for giving. For giving gifts, it's a time for giving people who have wronged us. I once told a friend of mine who sometimes writes music that I wanted him to write a song about that. I said, here's a good line for you to use in a song. Christmas is for giving and not forgetting. Remember the old saying people say sometimes, forgive and forget. Well, you know what? That's hard to do. Even for believers, that's really hard to do, because a lot of times situations happen in our life that leave scars. Hey, Kat, I'm great. How are you? And those scars are a constant reminder of how we got that scar. Most of the time we don't dwell on it day in and day out, but when we see the scar, we remember. So to forgive and forget is very difficult in a situation like that. And if somebody has really wounded you or hurt you, it's hard to just totally forget it. But the only way you're going to be comfortable going on in life is to forgive. Because if you don't forgive, then it's like you drinking poison hoping that other person is going to die. It's pretty strong, but it's true. If you don't forgive, it's like you drinking the poison hoping that that person is going to die in your mind. You're hurting yourself more. So at Christmas time, we think about what God gave us. He gave us His one and only Son, Jesus, who was born as a baby, grew as a boy, lived as a man, died on the cross for our sins. And because of that, He's able to identify with us in our humanity and all of our weaknesses and all of our sins and all of our hurts and frustrations. Jesus gets it because He lived as a man and He understands. And then He died on the cross to forgive us. So Christmas is about forgiving. God gave His Son. We give gifts to others. And then the line that I said was not forgetting. It's not so much about us receiving as it is for us giving. But it really should be about forgetting too. We don't forget though. So Christmas is forgiving, not forgetting. And you can forgive and move on without necessarily forgetting it. What am I seeing white over there, over the water?
There.
Mm-hmm.
That's the water. That's the way the light's hitting the little tiny waves on it.
It's so white, it looks almost like a cloud on it. Okay, y'all, we're almost ready to start.
It's still got some wet places around the big edges, I think.
Do I have my round container of stain out here?
That big old flat can?
No, I don't.
Oh, it's in there.
Let me go get that. I thought we had it all together. But no. Okay. I want to do that before I put the metal ribbon on. However, we could start gluing these pieces on. So, around the top right here, let me see. Okay, I think we're going to have to cut this one more time. I like this paper by Decoupage Queen. It's called wrapping paper because you can cut it and use it so many different ways. So I'm going to cut this little narrow strip right here because I think I'm going to need to use it. And I think there was one above the red too. This has the red, the green and beige, and then there's a red snowflake one that does not have, apparently, or maybe it had this little polka dot. So I'm thinking that I'm going to decoupage. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to decoupage this red in front. Do I want the red in front, or do I want the green in front? I don't know. I kind of like the green. All right, let's take our Deb's Design Diary DIY liquid patina, which I'm almost out of, but it's my favorite when decoupaging with napkins or thin rice papers, because I think the adherence is great, but it's not too thick. So let's put some of this on. Let me turn it so y'all can kind of see it, but I got to be able to see it too. I'll put this on like this. Yes. And then I'll stick this green on. I've got to go off the edge a little bit to make sure that it's going to totally fit in the corner. And then we will take a sanding block and sand off the excess. Okay?
You don't have to do the back. I think there is.
Well,
Yeah,
if not, we can use the red on the sides. Okay, and then I think above it, that's not wide enough. And I don't think this is going to be wide enough.
Not this one.
Yeah, I was
You've
going
got
to
that
use it
plan somewhere
somewhere else. Yeah, this.
Yep.
Let's see what happens if we focus. Nope, that's not wide enough.
Nobody can see what you're doing either.
I know. Okay, let me turn it around. It's hard for me to see.
Consider this on top of the checks.
It's not wide enough, that's what I just said.
Oh, okay. I see, because those work together at one time.
Yep.
Why don't you leave a stripe between them?
Well,
Or the bottom edge and paint it gold.
I don't love the stripe between them. What do y'all think? Hey, Rodney, didn't see you there, Cat says.
Hello, cat. That's because I stay hidden in the background most of the time. I'm the gopher.
Hold on, you guys. I'm working on it. Okay, do you like this better up here, or do you like the thin one leaving a line in between? This is the exact pattern.
Or a complementary pattern. Should have left them together.
Okay. So do you like the other pattern better, or do you like this with the line between?
Looks like it's unanimous.
I need some answers.
The other.
The other, Denise said. You like this better, Denise?
And then, yeah, Louise says the first one. And she
This
said,
one, Louise?
Denise said yes.
Is this the one you're talking about, Louise? I don't like it. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I think we're going to put a row of the polka dot. Okay, we're going to do a row of the polka dot. right here. And then we're going to put this on top.
So is there enough to do?
I can't hold it like that. But anyway, that's what we're going to do. I like that better.
Is there enough
Well,
to
I
do
may,
three sides?
I'm thinking I may use the, no, I'm not going to, I'm going to use something different on the sides. So it doesn't have to be three sides. In fact, I thought about using that red on the back. Okay, let's put the polka dots on. Somebody I knew used to say pokey dots.
You do you, doll.
Who said that, Cat?
Denise, Kat says, I'm just not fond of the stripe.
Of the stripe?
Oh, good. I don't see a stripe.
I'm not sure.
Oh, leaving the stripe between them probably.
Oh, me either.
Yeah, she vetoed that pretty quickly.
Me
Yeah.
either, Cat. We're together on that, sister.
And I believe it was it was Grace who's on here that said that her husband had ordered some Amazon books. I wonder if they've come in yet.
Oh, that's right. She told us yesterday that he
Was that yesterday or the day before?
the day before. Whatever.
I'm sure he'll get them soon.
That's what's Grace's husband's name? You talked to him. What is happening?
And then Grace won't see him for a few days because he'll be so busy reading that he won't come up for air.
Listen to him, Grace. That's called wishful thinking.
Yeah, there's a smiley face. Micheline says hi, Lisa and Rodney.
Micheline, sister, how
Thanks for
are
joining us.
you? I'm glad you're here. All right, now let me take my little sanding block that I have right here and show you first before I do any other side what it looks like. Oh, this is getting in my way. Is it today that's your son's birthday, Micheline, or was it yesterday? Our son's birthday was yesterday.
Hello, Carol.
Carol Stinson?
Carol Stinson says,
Hey, Carol.
happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you, sister. Okay, y'all. I'm going to tear this off. Gently. Trying to stick
Now, what
around.
need your little wet brush? Your water brush.
I've got it here. But I didn't want, I wanted the sides to be pretty crisp on this stuff.
Carol says tomorrow is my son's birthday. He would have been 46.
No, Carol, sweet Carol.
Micheline Gilmore, we are
So
hanging
sorry.
in here. It was so hot here yesterday.
I
It was
saw.
118. Yes, today's my son Darren. Son Darren is 49 years old.
I thought that's what I saw on your Facebook page. Okay, y'all, I'm trying to cut this extra out of here. I really need my X-Acto knife probably, but let me
It's
see.
dull.
It's available?
It's dull. It won't cut it.
Well, I thought I gave you more place to put
I
on.
never found it.
Okay. This part's coming off, so I'm just going to glue it back on and we'll trim it later.
Carol says it's only 93 here today, hot and muggy.
I don't know what it is here, but it's
Micheline.
comfortable right now.
Spent the day in Carefree and Cave Creek and tried a new Greek restaurant. It was
Oh.
delicious.
Ooh, cool. Okay, y'all, let me show you this. We got one side done.
That looks pretty good.
All right, let's do the back side. We will
Veronica
have-
says, hi, Lisa and Rodney.
Hey,
Hey, Veronica.
Veronica, my friend. Hope you're feeling well today.
Micheline's going to post pictures later today.
Oh, good.
And Veronica's sprinkle.
Thank you, Veronica.
Kat says, we've got a cold front today.
What does that mean?
Only a high of 93.
I thought you were going to say.
Louise says it looks good. Good choice.
Thank you, Louise. Now, this one doesn't have two papers. It's just got one extra that we can use, but it's also wider.
I thought you were going to use that on the bottom. What are you going to use on the bottom?
I'm using all that pretty metal trim
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
yeah,
bottom.
that's right.
Okay.
And Micheline loves your t-shirt.
Wait till you see what it says. It's backwards, I know. Read it, Rodney.
Feeling cute. Might whoop Jolene's ass later. Must be
This
early,
came
that's
from-
an early Dolly Parton.
Chris Hunter's boutique.
Jolene. You can sing up to 15 seconds or something like
Okay, why don't you cut me one strip like
that.
under
1/2
the
inch wide.
Yeah. Yeah, he knows what I'm doing.
Scissors,
I'm gonna
please.
go on and cut this.
You need scissors too? Or are you
No,
going to
so I'm
sand
gonna
them?
sand. I can't wait for y'all to see the little things we're putting around the sides. They're so cute. From Digital Deco Design. You're gonna love them. Y'all, she will either print them off for you, or you can join the membership club where you print your own, which is what I do. She also sells rice paper. I've gotten it from her before. I've also gotten it from Amazon. Cut that one a little short. Doesn't matter. Okay, so here's this one. This one does not want to stay down at all. It is being a pain in the butt. You stay down there, boy. That's kind of pretty. Okay. Now then, let's put this on.
Just the stuff that you said you put on a light coat, lighter than you think you need in the bottom or what? You tell me that about, you told me that about something you were, I think, decoupaging. No, or was that transferring? That's right, transferring.
I don't know much about this business.
Okay. We gonna get this puppy done. We're gonna lay in the tub. See, whenever I sand it, it comes back up. It's not like in this Deb's Design Diary DIY liquid potato.
We're here through Tuesday. And
Well, we
then
leave Tuesday.
we leave Tuesday sometime, and then Wednesday we
Take the camper for a ride.
So that's the back, that's the front. Now, the sides. There won't be enough, I don't think, to do both sides. Do you, using two pieces?
Is it long enough to do?
Right, that's what I'm asking. We're just gonna go for it and see what happens. Comments?
sounds like fun.
Or as a friend of mine says, questions, comments, or concerns? Okay, let me get the scissors. I'm just gonna quit trying to sand that off. for some reason this, and I did not put any slick stick on it first, even though it was a little bit slick as a metal, but I really didn't think it was going to need it. Perhaps that was a mistake. Oops, I'm not going to have enough. This is not. Unless I put a small something or else, something or other on top of this. Come on, man, come on. Hold your mouth just right, Lisa. Hold your mouth right.
How's that working?
It's definitely not. You know what? I've got a baggie, maybe over there, that's got a here, right here. It's got a emery board in it. Let me try that and see if it works better than that sanding.
Yeah, but say what, maybe a little coarse.
And this one's broken, so it's split in the middle. Probably should just wait until the stuff dries, but who has time for that? I do have some of this green left, so I could put a little of the green right here. Alright, first let's see. We're not going to have enough on the other side, because that's all I have left.
Where you get this?
Yeah. But I still don't have enough of this left. Okay. Y'all just bear with me, please. I need just a thin one of that.
About 7/16 scissors.
Sounds like fun. When do y'all leave? Okay, house city cake. Got caught up with the comments. Too bad this wasn't longer. But wasn't. You may have to order another piece of that paper. Oh, we could do this side in both papers. The green and the red. Whatever you have to do,
The
you know?
bigger one might be the one, I don't know.
Oh, this is good. Okie doke. I can't wait for y'all to see these other papers.
Kat says she is just so dang tired today.
I'm so sorry. Why are you so tired, girl? Day of rest. Maybe that's why.
Maybe from the heat. She's in a hot area.
Do not know, but I think Florida. Are you in Florida, Kat? I should know because I sent her that thing, that piece we found at Goodwill in Oklahoma. Okay, y'all, that's got 3 sides.
You're close. She's in North Texas.
Oh, North Texas, Florida, you know.
Probably a seahorse within 600 miles of her.
Okay, I'll tell you what, let's do these little Christmas trees on the other side, going up and down, and we'll add a piece around the top of them, like we have everywhere else. Got them apples.
Kat, I know it's not North Texas, but have you been to the big meteor crater that's in Texas? I think there's one in Midland area. Midland's up near Odessa. Midland, Odessa.
You're asking me?
Yeah, you're the geography major.
You're asking me? What's wrong with you, boy? Listen to him, you're the
This-
geography person.
See, this
He knows better.
Kathy Hess is hi, Lisa and Rodney. Hello, Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
Kat, I believe that meteor crater was created back when there probably were seahorses in North Texas.
Now that sounds weird.
Yeah, it does.
Seahorses in North Texas. Really?
Mm-hmm. Because when the meteor hit, there was about 400 feet of ocean above it, above the land at that time.
Learn something new every day, don't you?
It made a big splash too.
That is weird because yesterday when we were out on the boat, or day before yesterday when we were out on the boat, Rodney was telling our friends that were with us that we went to where they jump off the rope swing and then they go up on these cliffs and they jump off. And the cliffs are, you say they're limestone?
Yeah.
And they're real high up. And he told the girls that that used to be, all that used to be underwater. It's crazy. Crazy to think about all that being underwater. Because now it's just such high limestone rock.
Debbie Harris says, very cute, love the colors.
Thank you, Debbie. I'm getting a little frustrated at this paper that's not wanting to come off very well with this Deb's DIY design. I'm not sure what the problem is today, but it's not doing all well.
Louise said, never heard of seahorses or a crater in Texas. So there is a meteor crater near Midland, Odessa, that according to all the documents, I forgot how they had to dig down. It seemed like 90 or 150 feet down to get to the meteor through the ground, so they had to dig down to find it. But the thinking is that there was about 400 feet of ocean over the land at that time, so that affected why the meteor crater isn't like a traditional meteor crater.
That's just amazing to me. And then those bluffs that we passed the other day, like you could see lines. What were those lines?
It's
like
just layers of.
But does that depict like a different year or different
thousands of years or something? As times changed and things changed, there'd be like big layer of sediment over several thousand years, and then there might be a little bit of time when there weren't as many things coming down to the bottom, and there might be some mud, and then there'd be more layers show up.
No, I have to take that piece off and just mess it
If
up.
you look in the limestone rocks, just about anywhere you can find tiny seashells and remnants of sea life.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this dry before I try to sand any more off. Okay, let's put our papers, our decoupage papers on. So these are not going to fit perfectly either. Now, which one do you think should go on the big part of the back? I know Rodney said I should only give y'all 2 choices. You're getting 3. One.
One's the girl with the red hat.
2.
The guy with the beard.
Santa. Or 3. 2 children.
With the blue hat.
So this is 3. This is 2. And this is 1. And it's going on this back, which is wider, so I can get more paper on there.
Cat says we have the Gulf Coast for seahorses. Rodney, I saw a dang bird eating a seahorse, thought I was going to be sick. Cat says number 1. Louise says number 2, Santa. So we got red hat, we got a Santa, and then we got another 2 for Santa. Evangeline. I think I said hi to Evangeline today.
I'm waiting. I got 1, 1, and 2, 2.
2 twos. 2 2. Got a 2 2, just like a ballerina.
Evangeline said 2. Did you count her?
It is. So,
Guy with the beard.
That's another 2.
Oh, there's another one.
There's another 1. So we've got 2 1s and 3 2s so far.
At least you had to do that, didn't you?
And another 1. So it's 1 1 1 2 2 2.
Okay, somebody's got to break the tie.
This will be the tiebreaker. 1 or 2, what comes in
Here's
next?
Santa on the back. That's 2. And then here's number 1 on the back. Is that 1?
Yes, Red Hat Girl is 1. There's another 1. 1's their head.
This is the 1. So 1, 2, or 3.
1's ahead by 1 right now. Nobody likes 3.
Well, 3's going somewhere on here. Hate the word 2. Okay, I think 1's got it.
Yep. 1's the
Let's
winner.
do it.
We're number 1.
All right, let's put a good coat without it being too thick, and I want it to go up as far as I can get it so that nothing will look plain. Plain Jane, don't you know? And then we'll also, as usual, go over the top coat. All right, let me turn it a little bit so I can see which part we need to make sure we get on there. Because one part has a poinsettia, and the other corner has a, oh, but it's gonna work to get both of them, I think. Let me make sure she's on here straight. Poinsettia and then some holly leaves. The holly leaves are kind of gonna get cut off. That's okay.
Kat says there's a river south of us, I think the Paluxy, that has huge dinosaur tracks, and the scientists believe it was a coastal area when the dinos were there.
Really?
Coastal area in northern Texas.
Wow. Okay, let me lift this up and try to cut it a little bit before it sticks down well, since Rodney said my X-Acto knife doesn't work.
Tell of the fro. Cat likes the picture on there. She just loves her.
She is cute. A little umbrella.
Hey, Pam Richardson.
Hello, Pam. Hope you're having a great Sunday. Y'all, when you're working on stuff like this, is your mouth ever open? Like, okay, that's pretty good so far. It's not exact. Let me see if I can break it with my finger like that. Without tearing it all to smithereens.
At least you know where Pam Richardson's from.
Who knows?
Pam, where are you from?
Okay. Now. There we go. Alright, let's put another coat on top. Oh, y'all, I'm getting it on my shirt. And let it be dry.
Alabama.
Alabama? You're my neighbor.
Sweet home Alabama.
Part of Alabama. If you ever get up toward Nashville, let me know.
Louise Earhart said, yes, I was told that is your creative coming out.
What is?
I don't know. I love everything Christmas, says Carol Hayes.
Me too, girl. Me too. I am all about it. Okay, Santa is going to have to go on one side.
Pam is from Prattville, right near Montgomery,
Montgomery.
where they make marine water heaters. of our good competitors.
Okay, I gotta get the little deer on here. So this is gonna have to go on kind of awkwardly.
Oh, that's part of the creed when your tongue's sticking out. You're talking about
Oh yeah,
holding your
that's
mouth.
right.
And Debbie says, yes, I do, but my dad always had his tongue. Where's it sticking out? I lost that one. Sticking out tongue. I can't believe all the pumpkins, Halloween,
Yes.
in all the shops already.
Yes.
Yep.
I love it. Love, love it, love it.
And they said, your lantern looks awesome.
Thank you so much. Okay, let's make sure.
Carol Haynes is from Newman, Georgia.
Newman, Georgia. See, do y'all know each other?
Newman and
You sisters need to get together.
New Montgomery. It might be besties. We don't
And
know.
then you need to come to Nashville
Oh, it's Noonan, not Newman. Noonan.
and see me. Sorry, y'all. I gotta hold it up for a minute to straighten it out, and then I'll turn it around. But I had to make sure his little reindeer was on there. Doesn't have a red nose, so I guess it's not Rudolph. Okay, let me cut this before it sticks. These scissors have glue and everything else on them, so they almost would not cut hot butter.
Veronica says we tease Kenny Ray because he sticks his tongue out when he creates.
I didn't know he created that much. I know he's done it a couple of times, but that's funny. Kenny's a funny guy. Love Kenny and Dina. They're the best. Good, solid Christian people.
Yep. And he's very supportive of his wife too.
Very.
Like that.
Very supportive. Okay, y'all. So here's Santa on the side. This is going to be all decked for Christmas.
Micheline says the birthday boy is here, so I'll catch you later.
Okay, sister.
Dear friends, we'll watch the replay.
Have
Send
fun.
you all my love and
And
be
happy
blessed.
birthday to your son. Okay. This time, before I put it down.
Oh, she said Veronica says he does it once a month in private group.
Oh, in private group. Okay. That's funny. Rodney was cutting something the other day and he had his mouth going. I said, get that mouth going. And then not long after that, I was cutting something and he said, get that mouth going. Isn't it funny how we just concentrate on stuff and our facial expressions change? Alright, let's get this one on, then we'll have all of this on. Then we gotta sand down the excess. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do on the top. That's what I was gonna use something on. I think I was gonna use some of these ribbons that we cut out on the top up here. So we may have to.
Laura Lee Creation
Check
says
them out.
happy Sunday, cool wristband, Lisa.
Thank you, I made this.
I think she cut the top off one of my tube socks. No, maybe not.
It's just a, it is a tube sock.
I thought I was
It's
kidding,
a
but
tube
apparently she
sock, and it's not yours. And it is coffee stained with instant coffee.
did. At least you could have used one of mine and wouldn't even have to waste your coffee.
And then I glued the end that wasn't already turned under, put a piece of lace and a balloon. You can make them all different ways, but they're so cute. They're like cups, and you can make them thinner, you can make them wider.
Recycled tube socks.
That's right. There you are.
Coming along.
It is coming along. Still hadn't figured out now, what am I going to put up here? I do know, however, what I'm going to put around here.
Laura
Let me
Lee.
see if I can get this one off.
Laura Lee loves it.
Thank you, Larly. Okay, I'm just using the nail file. It's the best way to get a straight cut down your edges. But I did find this time that I need to make sure the glue is pretty dry. And then I can go back over it to secure it if I need to. See how smooth that is? Just want to see if we can do the other side, not make a big mess. Be easier to see how the metal goes on and how it's going to look when we have all this extra off. Anybody heard about any good movies lately? We don't go to movies often, but every now and again,
I haven't
like
even
to
seen
go
the new
to a
Maverick
movie.
yet.
I know Rodney's been wanting to see the new Maverick.
That's been 6 or 8 months since
I
it came
wonder
out.
if that's out on Netflix now or Hulu or anything. She could watch it.
Carol says, I love the lantern with those cute little logs.
I know, aren't they so cute? I'll turn it on again in a minute, show people who came on late. I got this at a Goodwill when I first saw it. I didn't even realize that it turned on. I just liked the little lantern part, and I knew it had logs in it. And then I thought, you know what? If this has logs in it, wonder if they turned on? And I turned it over, and sure enough, there was a switch. And I turned it on, and even while it was still at the Goodwill, it worked. And I thought, got to have it. And I've had it for over a year. Just never knew what I was going to do with it. Then when I decided to do all this Christmas in July stuff, I thought, you know what? I'm going to use some of the things that I already have, like that lantern. Cute, cute.
What in the world are you going to do with the trim around the front door?
I know what I'm going to do for that, and the trim around the bottom. I hope I don't have to send Ronnie in for some more trim.
Well, if I have to go, I will.
I know. Such a sacrifice. Come on.
Because every time I go in, I walk right past that big box of Oreo cookies.
Yeah, but those Oreo cookies are about gone, so you're going to be in trouble after that. Then what you going to do?
Then I know where there's some more.
At the store?
Well, not Oreos.
Yeah, I know where there's more cookies too, but y'all, I don't know why this up here does not want to come off like the rest of it. What is the problem?
Maybe the corner's not very round. Not very sharp.
Maybe, but good grief. It's a thorn in my flesh.
Severe.
Yeah. All right. is
Someone
this-
earlier said you had, those cats said you had a good idea, a good eye for colors and design.
Oh, thank you, Kat. That's sweet. Anything I know about color, basically I learned from my art teacher. Okay, I will have to go back in a little while and do another top coat just to make sure all this is secure down well. Because I think this stuff is just not going to cooperate at the top.
Debbie Harris says the art of racing in the rain. It's emotional but good.
Racing is right.
Racing in the rain.
Okay, look. Can you see it turned on? It makes a noise. That does not sound like a fire. Okay.
Right now it sounds a little like a motorboat going down the lake.
Here's what we're gonna do. Look at the top on that and give me that thin trim. This is a metal trim from Hobby Lobby, except it was about twice this wide. I didn't bring the package out here to show you, but this is what's gonna go around this edge right here, okay? So before we do the bottom edge with something different, I'm going to measure this, cut it, and glue it down. Okay, now I am going to put my finger protectors on. Because I'm going to have to hold this down while it sets up. I don't want to be burned.
You see the strip you just cut?
This one?
Yeah, I'm gonna get that little bend out of the end so it'll fit down nice. There you go.
Okie dokie, here we go. I'm just using hot glue, you guys.
You think the other one's gonna be the same length?
I don't know. Because I don't know that this thing is perfectly symmetrical. I think I cut it too long still. Wow. This thing's not sound like good up on the end. Let's put a little more glue in.
Everybody, is she holding her mouth right? Bye, Cat. Have a great afternoon.
See ya, cat. Okay. Now, should I do this piece next or this piece next?
That's the one you did.
So this piece next on the bottom? Or the one on top on the side?
You put a little mark on that.
Yeah, I feel just like this is easy. Okay. Anybody say anything about any movies?
Yes.
Use
Well,
your
you're.
covered finger to hold it down.
Yeah. Yeah, this aluminum will transfer the heat right straight through and it'll feel just like the glue.
Yep. I think I might not have gotten this glue close enough over here. I was trying not to put a whole bunch on here because I didn't want it to squirt out the side, and I think I might have to put more than what I've been putting to really secure it. Okay. Now let me stand this up and look right here and see where I need to cut it. Okay.
Are you going all the way across it?
Alright. Do I have it up on here? Yep. Ah. Blue boogers. I do not like them. Okay, I can get that little extra hot melt off there. I stuck it down the wrong way. And then this one. I just about did it perfectly from the beginning. Then I measured inside.
Welcome, Kimberly.
My Kimberly?
Our Kimberly.
Our Kimberly?
Big Woo's Kimberly.
Big Woo's Kimberly? Places. Notice how I said my Kimberly and he said our Kimberly.
That's right.
Okay. Now, get off there. Okay. Here we go so far.
It's like a mirror effect. You can see the camera and the lake when you turn it around.
Now, on the bottom,
Kimberly says you are a crafting machine lately.
girl, I committed, where's my water one? I committed to doing 30 lives in 30 days. I'm not sure this is going to be long enough. May have to send you on a mission, sir.
You could do the front 3 sides, and then the back one, I'll get you another piece.
You got more of it in there?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a black marker?
I don't know if I have one out here or not.
Might help to get those angles
Okay,
right.
let me get this put on here real well. Not let it dry before I get the stuff down.
Blue's pretty good.
Okay. I can pull that extra loop out. Okay, get that. Did I get it too far down? That's good.
There you go. Somebody didn't put their phone on Do Not Disturb, Rodney.
Now this ribbon, y'all, I also got at Hobby Lobby. I did not cut this in half like I did the other. It's not exactly like the other, and that's okay. He's supposed to be coming today, sister. I hope he is. I hope so. Okay. So let me cut this at an angle. And cut this in an angle. Ooh, that just hit me in the face. Okay.
I think you're gonna need more.
Let's see. No, how about? I think I'm good. I'm good.
That'll work if you turn it the opposite way.
Huh?
That'll net in.
Oh.
I think it will.
Yeah, sure. You're right. Mr. Engineer. Mr. MacGyver, who knows it. And I don't. Boats on the water. Everybody's going out today and enjoying a pretty day.
Is that Dolly on your shirt? Yep, that's Dolly.
Do you remember this shirt, Kimberly? I got it in Oklahoma City. You remember what it says? Stand up and show you. It was from Chris's boutique. Well, y'all, that is cute. Look. Okay, you ready? You ready to read it right?
It says, feeling cute. Might whoop Jolene's ass later.
I'm just waiting on Jolene to show up. She didn't come yet. Okay. So now, put this one down here to match since my husband taught me that. It is dialing on the church, sister. Mrs. Dolly P. Love her. She's such a good lady. What are you doing today, sister? Still hadn't figured out what I'm going to do on the top. Do y'all think I should? You know what, Ron?
What can I go get for you, man?
Inside on the island is a blue folder. And in that blue folder, there's kind of an antique looking black and beige triangle pattern, whatever that's called.
Oh, at least bring the whole folder.
I could do that as decoupage and not paint. Y'all, these finger cuts get into my stinking way. And look how this one, look how it does on the end. He is a good assistant, Louise. He just goes with the flow. He's just a good man. Now, don't misunderstand. He's not perfect. Okay? Don't want anybody thinking he's perfect because he's a big head. No, he won't. He did play Jesus one time. Our church had an Easter play, and they asked him to play the role of Jesus. And the ladies that asked him said, because we can't think of anybody more like Jesus than you. I'm just kidding. Where's my other? Oh, it flew out of the way. He's a great guy. I am very, very, very blessed. Okay. Last side of this. I did have a rusty metal star I could put on top, but then I thought it's kind of big. Somewhere I've got some little ones that would be perfect, but Louise Earhart, who Ronnie is such a good assistant. And I said, don't kill him and get him a big head. I agree. Watch out, make it hit in the eye. You should put some safety glasses on around here. Okay. Take these off. Now that is cute. Now y'all, I do have at home in the bus, and I didn't bring it with me, silver rubbing buff. And so that is a sign of a good partner. I'm gonna do this in silver rubbing buff when I get home to match the silver down here. And I will go back later and get all this dried blue stuff off because that'll make me crazy. Okay. I really didn't mean to bring the whole thing.
But if I had brought the wrong thing, then it would have been even worse. So.
Okay,
now you
y'all,
can
let's
just
see.
select it.
What I have in here. Could use this piece. It's not what I was thinking about though. I'm thinking it was up here closer. Okay, I could use this piece or this one. This piece. Where these little pieces are on the top. This. Okay, 1 or 2.
Who's the darker?
1 or 2 for the top. 1 or 2. Carol Haynes says 1. Kimberly Wolf says 1. Joyce Hall. Hey, Joyce says 1. Louise Earhart says 2. Louise, I'm going to come through there and get you. Evangeline says 1. Okay. This is not in the right paper, so I can't tell you where that's from. I was about to tell you where it was from, but okay. So let's go back to our
What you seek?
my big container of decoupage is over there by you. Deb's Design Diary DIY Liquid Patina. It's so much fun. Whatever you do will be great. Thank you. I know it's fun. You just miss it with me.
You'll take this out of the wrapper, you can use it.
Yes, will be using it. Okay. This already has a little bit of a hole in it, so let me just cut through that. And that was not smart. This one's wider, so let me move that one. Well, if I move it over there.
Yeah, pardon me.
That's good. Okay. Not quite, Lisa. Keep moving, keep moving. Nope, I still I don't think I'm gonna have any liquid patina left on here by the time I get it up here. So I'm gonna start over. Let me know about that. Please. Please, and thank you. So, I'm curious, what do y'all want for Christmas this year?
Christmas already?
You have to think ahead of time.
Well, let me get my Christmas list ready.
Whatever. I wish. I always have to bug him. Every now and again, he'll tell me something like 6 months ahead of time. You know what you can buy me for Christmas? What? And he'll tell me. And usually, I try to remember to put it in my notes. But then I never remember how I save it. And then I'll go back and go, what was that you said you wanted for Christmas? And he'll go, I have no idea.
Already bought it.
Or I've already bought it. Yeah, he'll say, I've already bought it. And I'm like, because what do you buy the man who has everything, who's not really into clothes, who's got probably most every tool ever created in his workshop in the basement, and you know he doesn't like jewelry, and you know what do you get him?
A biscuit joint.
Okay, but I don't know what that is or where to get one, so you're gonna have to tell me. That's gonna be pretty, y'all. So he wants a biscuit joiner.
Some people think that's going to be jelly, but it's not.
Y'all know what a biscuit joiner is?
For Christmas, people want to spend with their family. They want their family to be together.
That is true. The best part. Okay, there you go. There's one side done. While y'all are admiring that, I'll do the back side. And I also thought about some diamond dust on here, but I don't really think it lends itself to diamond dust. So y'all, I know you don't, Rodney, don't you? Rodney doesn't think anything lends itself to diamond dust. There's a lot of
So
men
people
like
are saying,
that.
what is a biscuit joiner? Other people are
See?
saying it's used to join wood together.
Who said it's used to join wood together?
Oh, let's
I wanna know who
see.
knows.
Denise Morris.
Denise, how do you get so smart, girl?
And Louise says, what is it? It is a little power tool that has a spinning, like a little saw blade on the end of it.
and you can use it to cut little circular cuts in the edges of wood, and then to join two pieces of wood, you take what's called a biscuit. It's a little circular piece of wood that you can buy with a box full, and you just glue into the little slot that was cut, and it helps to hold the pieces straight. Pretty handy. They're not really strong, but they're really good about helping line things up. Glue on you there, Lisa?
Yeah, that's good because I like to pick it off. So what would you use the biscuit joiner for?
Crafting projects.
Oh,
Making things like picture frames, things that are like that need to have wood joined together.
Oh.
That's one way to do it.
So what you're really saying is that's a present for me.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's not what I want for her.
Well, it'd be something that I would use to make stuff for you. Like if we wanted to make cool things to sell, that'd be something we could do.
Y'all tell us something cool you would want to see somebody sell besides wood cut out, like laser cutouts, because there's already several people who do that. So, what kinds of things, what kinds of kits? See, I was thinking about something.
Yes, I have Dremels. I've got 3 of those.
Who said that?
Kimberly wool.
Of course she does. Okay. So I'm gonna tell y'all this. Don't anybody steal it. Somebody probably will. But I was thinking about doing boxes, starting a second business and doing boxes called, don't tear that, Lisa, called Steampunk and Junk. And just sell to crafters all kinds of steampunk that Rodney has or that we find when we go around places, and other junk items that would be fun to craft with. Because you know, a lot of times people will see something and they'll go, oh, that would be cute to do such and such with. That if you're just sitting down thinking about it, you wouldn't necessarily come up with something like that. But then if you see it, you go, oh, that would make a cute topper for a bottle. That would make something so cute on the side of on a tray. Those would be cute tray handles. You know, just things like that, that you have to kind of learn to think outside the box as a crafter. And so,
Louise thinks that's a good idea.
I don't want to do something that, you know, other people are doing and the market gets saturated with. But I thought it would be fun for Rodney and I to do something that, you know, that he could really be involved in, especially because he has so much stuff in our basement. I have no idea what most of that stuff is. And a lot of stuff he's had over the years since he was young and growing up on the farm, and he's picked up stuff. But we're on the road so much, and we go in and we see stuff in thrift stores and Goodwills, and he'll say, do you know what this was used for? Do you know what that was used for? And I'll say no, and he'll tell me. And, you know, I thought it might be fun to just put together boxes every month and send, you know, to people who really want to think outside the box or do things different. And, you know, you wouldn't know what you were going to get in there when you purchased it. You would just know you were going to get a box.
You mean like gears and gauges and...
Yeah, gears and gauges and screws and washers and pieces of wood and pieces of lace and like the whole gamut. Like not just stuff from a garage, but even, you know, like pieces of fabric or lace or whatever. I cut that one tore that one a little short. That's all right.
Louise said steampunk themed boxes would be very fun. Kimberly says, reuse what you have. I made a birdhouse from stuff in my stash. There you go.
See, I think that would be fun.
When she gets through with this, I'm gonna drill a hole in the side of it and make it into a birdhouse too.
He's full of it. He is full of it. I'm not sure what, but he's full of it, whatever it is. No, not my fireplace. This is my fireplace for the motorhome, since we don't have a fireplace in our motorhome and I want one. You're not gonna mess up my fireplace for the motorhome. I'll just tell you right now. Okay. Let me see. I think that edge needs to be. I'm about ruining this nail file. Oh, y'all, I can't figure out what's what. Okay. Definitely got to go back and glue some things down and trim some things up. Now, the only other part we don't have yet is this little part around here. So, what should we put around there?
Well, you haven't put any bling on it yet.
Well, I don't think it calls for bling. This is more rustic. And I just don't think bling would look good on it. What do y'all think? Does it need bling? That will be fun. That's a great idea, Kimberly. Good, thanks. Do y'all think it needs bling? I mean, it's pretty unusual for me to say no bling, but y'all like this around the base? This thing is sticking.
Yeah, with sharp metal corners on it.
Mm-hmm. You kind of pick up the green. Do y'all like that?
Just a little.
See some hearts and some thumbs up. Yes, no, maybe?
Exactly.
Yes, Liddy said. Please, I just love it when you come right out of the gate and just...
She's decisive.
She does not just have to stop and ponder. She just yes or no. I don't think it's ever maybe. Yes or no. I'm like a woman
You'll
who
be
knows
using
how to
that
make
again?
up her mind.
You must be gonna hot milk that now.
I ain't gonna hot
Maybe
milk.
we do that later.
Yes,
Another
everybody say yes, yes, yes. Okay, that's it. Y'all did it. Thank you. Love it when y'all just come right out and answer me. Love it. Let me put this in water so I don't get stiff. Y'all have had so many brushes lately I haven't taken real good care of that have gotten yucky. Alright, this is ribbon I got for 74 cents, regular $2.99 at the Hoblob. Alright, so let's see here. Sorry, y'all, I have to stand it up so I can see it because it just doesn't make sense to me if I don't. That way I can measure it, and then when I get one piece down, y'all will be able to see it better. So let's put some hot glue on here. Kind of covering up that small trim a little bit, but that's okay. You can still see it. I kind of like that little touch of green down there, don't you? We bought a small portable fireplace. We get it for our motorhome. They're about one. I know. Kimberly, here's the problem. I don't know where we would put it. I just don't know where we would put it. We're about out of room. No lie. Especially with all the crafting stuff in there. Kimberly said they bought a portable firehouse for their motorhome for about fireplace for their motorhome for about $100 and they love it.
That's good.
We don't have any room for one right now.
That's what I said. I don't know where we would put it, but we need to figure it out because I really want them. You know how I am about fireplaces. Okay, that I'm going to cut a little short, not to fret, because this one that comes around is going to be covering it up anyway. And all this ribbon and stuff, you know, I've got some other ribbons out here too. These are all things I've had in my stash. Didn't buy anything new. Oh, I guess I could move it over here so y'all could see while I'm doing this. Couldn't I? I always forget about that. I just kind of lean to the left and do it. This one's a little bit long. One more piece. Now, I'm not a big fan of the white line running through it.
Volumia Alba.
I do, however, have a very narrow black ribbon with white polka dots that I could put on that white line. See, that's why you can plan and plan till the cows come home, but when you start working on a project, then it just starts kind of talking to you, saying, why don't you put this on? Why don't you put that on? Why don't you add this? Why don't you add that?
Kimberly says it fits in her bedroom closet. When we travel, we put it in between the driver and the passenger seat when using it.
See?
They aren't very big. Got it on Facebook Marketplace.
See? We could do that. Okay, let me look at this a minute, y'all, and see what I think. It's a little bit wider than I thought. Let me cut a piece off. And then see if I cut it down like in half. The scissors about had it cutting it metal.
And what do those scissors say on them? Is there anything written on those scissors?
Poison. Do not touch.
It's to keep anybody from using Lisa's good crafting scissors for anything but material.
I heard you did. Yeah, y'all, I think that needs to go there. It's just another one. Let me put it on this side and show you. Because I'll have to cut a bigger piece to put across the front.
Speaking of heaters, I don't think we're going to need this one over your head right here.
Phew, me either. I was just thinking about that big old thing. I wonder how often they really get to use that.
In the wintertime, probably quite a bit.
Maybe if they sit outside, I guess so, but okay, y'all look. See, that just added a little something, something. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. So our children, Jan and her girls, we hadn't heard from them in a couple of days. They were at that country music festival. But I saw my granddaughter had posted on Instagram last night a picture. They looked like they were really close to that particular stage. Of course, everything's outside, and it had been raining in Topeka, Kansas, where they are.
Shook the camera.
And I guess now, let's see, what is today?
Sunday.
So, the festival may not end until today. I was thinking they were going to be starting their trek.
Hey,
back.
Shirley Beckett.
Shirley, my sister, how are you? So I don't know, but I think they've had fun. They're such big country music fans.
Are they camping? No, they're not camping.
No, but a bunch of other people there were. All right, will you go call our son, please? Find out what time he's coming. Okay. Anyway, what was I going to say?
They're not camping, but the
Oh no,
people
she
are.
said there were like 2 rows of motorhomes, or 2 or 3 rows, long rows of motorhomes. She said lots of people were camping, which good for them because it started raining, and I guess they were able to get into their rigs, which is probably very nice. But Jana and them were not camping, so they were staying in an Airbnb. And then they're coming back through St. Louis and going to go see the arch and whatever is around the arch. And then they were talking about going to a professional baseball game. I don't know if they're going to do that or not. The tickets weren't very expensive at all. And then there was some other historical place, I think, that they were going to visit. So they're just making a mother-daughter trip out of it and having a real good time, which I'm so glad. And then the littles will be coming back soon. Call them little. They wouldn't appreciate that. They're not really little, but from Kentucky. So they're going to come with their mom and dad, and then after, now it sounds like it's not coming. Sorry, y'all. It's just disgusting. What was it?
So far, it's rained every day.
I forget what I was telling you now. So distracted because I could tell he's not coming. What was I talking about? Oh, and so the littles are coming back. And they are going to stay for a few days. Then I'm going to take them to meet their dad, who's going to take them to Missouri to see his mom. And then I'm going to pick them back up halfway to Kentucky and then bring them back to our house where they're going to stay for a few days until their mom gets through doing her training. She's doing a lot of in-person training, so. Okay, let me cut this one. No, we're not. We're leaving pretty early Tuesday morning. Sorry, y'all. Rodney, we're leaving early Tuesday morning. I have a doctor's appointment. He probably has a migraine. Okay, y'all. Almost through. We're trying to cut this little trim. Finish this other side. Okay, now. I'm gonna put another stick in here. You have headache.
Yep.
So he's not coming.
Not necessarily not right now anyway. Looks like you're frozen on my phone. No, you're not. You're just not moving much.
Okay, so let me trim this off.
Shirley Beckett says, did you paint that?
No. Well, I painted it white, yes, first before I started. because it was kind of a deep burgundy red, and so I painted it so that the decoupage papers would show up real well through there. Otherwise, they wouldn't have shown up too well. Okay, so here you go. I hope y'all can see the trim and all of the decoupage. Here. I like this decoupage we put on top. I think that really helped. I'm going to go back and put another coat of clear on it. In fact, I may cover it with the triple thick Duraclear mix. And then when I get home, I'm going to get my silver rub and buff and do the trim around here, just because everything else on here is silver, and this is the color that it initially started out being, so it's kind of a maroon rusty. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Debbie. Appreciate it. Okay, you guys, so we have finished up another day of my 30 days in July of crafting Christmas in July. And tomorrow, I don't think I'm on an event tomorrow, so I think tomorrow we will either be making something with shells or something with wax. So, not sure what time. We'll have to see how everything's going around here. But per usual, I will send out a telegram. I think you're going to enjoy both projects. The one with the shell is really not Christmassy with the shells. I just got in the mood to do it. So, even though I said I was going to do Christmas in July, we could make it more Christmassy. Oh, the other thing I thought about maybe doing, hand me some of that greenery, please. I could do this instead of using the silver rub and buff. I could put well, these wire snips are for the birds. Oh, that's kind of cute, you guys. I like it. Let me put my finger protectors back on. Now we're going to wear blue finger protectors.
And Richardson says, thank you, Lisa. It is beautiful.
Thank you. Okay,
Yes.
let's put some of this on. Okay. Let me hold this up here. That's cute. That just kind of gives it a little extra flair, a 3D flair.
One more, all you need.
No, I need that one and two more. Okay, look. I like it. I've had this greenery out here ever since we got here the other day, thinking, I'm going to use that greenery at some point. I was right. Ah, go away. Kimberly, if you're still on here, did you get the pictures that I finally was able to send to you today in text? Let me hold that up there a little bit more.
No answer.
Thank you, Pam. You said outstanding job. Thank you, sweet Joyce. Joyce, I'm so proud of you. Joyce won some awards yesterday for some of her crafts that she did. And she said it's nice to be recognized for some of the stuff you do, and I totally agree with her. It is. She has worked hard. Y'all, she makes the cutest little teddy bears that she get, or the schools give, I think. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Joyce. I don't know if it's one school or the whole county schools, but when a child learns to read, then they get to choose one of her teddy bears. They're so cute. And she had some things entered into a contest yesterday. She lives in the same area where we are. So, and she's one of our camping sisters. So, yeah, she entered some things and won some stuff. I'm so proud of her. You could use that lantern in the sisterhood house. Shirley Ann, I didn't even think about that. I mean, it's not really a house, but that's a good idea. You are so smart. Who would have thought, except Shirley Ann Beckett?
Joyce said
Now,
you're right, it's an incentive to read.
will you give me, cut some of those big berries off?
Big ones?
Yeah, I do. Hold on, y'all. I gotta add some berries, and then we're gonna turn it on and see what it looks like. I wish it was in the
No,
dark.
they're on the
so y'all
same
can
thing
see
with
it.
the,
Just cut the big berry off.
just the berry.
Here, you need it. See?
No.
Okay. Whoa.
How many you want?
4. I don't like this little. Let's don't have this little fuzzy part at the top. Just the berry. If we can. Cut this part off. Okay. Yeah, Joyce said it's for reading. Is it for the county? You're right, incentive to read. Is it county or is it in like for every school in the county, Joyce, or just certain ones? Hey, Dana, how are you? Oops, I'm hiding all the snow on that one. Don't hide it all, listen.
And you said this is so cute.
Thank you.
Why don't you go ahead and turn it on so the fireplace will be running every time you turn it around?
Yeah, I'm pretty close to it. Let me hold this here for just a second. Are y'all proud of me for wearing my finger protectors? One more. That doesn't have much snow on it. Is there another that has more snow on it?
Yes. This is the one right here.
Thank you. Okay. Now, I didn't do anything to this, so what I will do for sure when I get home is get my rubbing buff and go over this part and this part with silver, just to make it matchy-matchy. Okay, so let's turn it on, even though you're not going to be able to see it very well.
Dana says she saw your pictures of the gorgeous view.
It is so pretty. Okay. Can y'all see the little fire?
Got some hearts
I
and
love
thumbs ups.
those hearts. Thank you. Can y'all see? Can they see it in there very well?
Tip the top down so it's not.
Like that?
Yeah, like that. Yeah, and hold it up. That's a little better. Just the glare from the lake off of it.
See, it just kind of looks like a little fireplace. Got some greenery on it. Got all kinds of little Christmas
So cool. Love it. Says Dana.
patterns on it. Somebody used to say patterns.
There you go.
A little more greenery. Maybe a little one that I'm trying to.
Beans and berries.
y'all know I have a hard time stopping.
Could get you some big old pliers.
I know, I have some at home. I forgot to bring them.
Joyce
It's
says,
hard
"Don't
for me
get
to
burned."
remember everything. Joyce said what?
Don't get burned. Probably the fireplace.
No, she's talking about the blue gun. Joyce, he's being smart. I know you can't imagine that Rodney would be smart aleck. It's hard for anybody to believe, even me. Whatever. Don't you think it just needed that little topper part? Speaking of Topper, I used to take art with a lady named Topper who rode horses. I have not heard anything from her in a long time. I need to check about her. It's been years since I talked to her. This one ain't gonna want to stay out quite as well as the other because it's rounded.
We used to have a local lady named Tipper too.
Tipper Gore?
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I can. You know what? I can break that off and get a whole lot easier on my fingers. Yeah. I know. You told me, Joyce. I know.
Dana says she'll go back and watch the replay, but what did you use for the box?
Oh, this came like this, Dana. It was a little fireplace, a metal fireplace, and it already, had the little fire in it and lit up. I didn't know at first that it lit up until I saw the little logs in there, and I thought, you know what? I wonder if that lights up. And flipped it over, and there was a switch.
It's like from Goodwill or somewhere.
From Goodwill. And it was kind of a burgundy, rusty color metal. And so I painted it 2 coats of Waverly Chalk Snow White paint by Plaid. And then just decoupage, and then used the metal ribbon around it.
Joyce said the girls appreciated yesterday.
We
enjoyed it.
had so much fun with all of you all, Joyce. We really did. Joyce and her granddaughters went out on the boat with us, and we had a big time.
Did a little fishing, did a little
We played
picnicking.
cornhole. We played darts. The girls did. We played cornhole. Joyce and I played cornhole with the girls. The girls played darts. They did fishing. Ronnie took them fishing down on the dock while Joyce and I watched. And then we went out on the boat and had lunch while we were out there. Just had a big time. And the weather looked so cloudy and so scary, and we got over to where I was telling y'all the bluffs were, remember? And this dark cloud kind of came up, and Rodney goes, I imagine we better head on back. That cloud's not looking too promising. And as we started back, it was like it was following us. And so we weren't sure we were going to make it all the way back, but we did. We made it back, got the boat in, and I think it sprinkled a little bit. And then later that night, it thundered a little bit, but it never did anything significant. So we have been really blessed with good weather, and I'm just so surprised at how it's not sweltering hot. It will get that way. But it was a great time. It was.
The girls were just old enough to get their driver's permit, so I taught them a little bit about driving the boat, and they had fun doing that.
Okay. Now, I think that just rounded it out. Don't you? Y'all like it? I love it. All right. Well, I hope the rest of your Sunday is fabulous, and I hope you have an opportunity to go out and make somebody else's day by blessing them. I'll be on tomorrow, either with shells or with wax. And I love each and every one of you and appreciate you hanging with me so much. Talk to you later.
Yes, Dana, we caught a few.
Bye.